are untouchable. We are unstoppable, and we are undisputed.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another figure review. It has actually been a long time since I've done an individual figure review. I think it's all the way back to when we got the Undisputed Era 3-pack, or maybe the Goldberg Entrance Greats Elite. But I've decided that I want to get back into the review game. I've got literally a pile of, I think, 10 figures I want to get to. So I'm going to have a lot of reviews coming up in the coming days for Elite Series 68 and the brand new Top Talents 2019 waves. But we're starting things off with the Elite Series 68 Daniel Bryan, probably the figure I was the most excited to take a look at. I do have it on a little slight bit of an angle because I just got this new ring light, as you can see in the reflection, and it makes this awkward glare, so I think it just looks nicer if you do that. But this light is great, it's so amazing, both for figure videos and for whenever I'm in front of the camera. But anyways, let's get into the review. You can't see Daniel Bryan through the window. It has the Summerslam logo at the top, so this is sort of a Summerslam series as well as Elite 68. All the figures are in Summerslam attires. It's got the True Effects logo, of course, because WWE does use the True Effects head scans now. We've got a Daniel Bryan nameplate there. On the other side, we've got a shot of Daniel Bryan. And we've got this little read-up on the back, as well as some career highlights and info and a picture of Daniel Bryan from this night, which was SummerSlam 2018 when he took on The Miz. But that's enough of the figure and the packaging. Let's go ahead and crack this guy open and get into the review. Starting off with the accessories included with this figure, first of all, we get a cloth t-shirt. Says yes, 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 fight for your dreams. His return shirt from when he came back from injury. And on the back, it's got the Velcro just like every other shirt that we get from Mattel. And we also have two sets of interchangeable hands. We sort of have this more relaxed sort of look, but also sort of whenever he's like getting really hyped up and starting to get towards his signature moves. And then we do have these yesing hands, or you could use them on any other figure for like pointing or something like that. So I'm very excited to have these to pose around. They're quite nice, and I'm very glad to have them for Daniel Bryan. Absolutely love the cloth shirt. It's great to have another set of interchangeable hands. Now let's go ahead and get into the figure itself. Now taking a look at the figure itself, here you can see Daniel Bryan out of the packaging with his yes hands on, and this figure looks absolutely great. I really do love it. Now getting into our close-up review, starting off with the head scan. He does have his full beard and hair. Now I'm really not sure how I feel about this head scan. I think it looks good, but there's something that's really throwing me off. I think the eyes look great. I just feel like it's around the mouth, maybe the mustache, that is really turning me off from this head scan. But I don't 100% see Daniel Bryan, but I know a lot of people that do like it, some people that don't. But yeah, I think it's a pretty decent new Daniel Bryan head scan. He does have a bit of a shorter hair look going on here, but that's kind of what he had around this time period. I really like the eyes. I think they look spot on accurate, but once again, I feel like it's the mustache mouth region that just doesn't quite look right to me. Maybe it'll grow on me once I pose this thing around a little bit and have it a bit longer, but yeah, that's just my thoughts on it. Moving down to the torso, we get the same torso we've had on basically every Daniel Bryan figure, and yeah, I definitely think this torso works for Daniel Bryan. We do get, of course, the interchangeable hands that we were taking a look at before, and if you wanted to, there's no reason that you couldn't just pop these off and go get interchangeable hands from another figure. If you wanted a more traditional hand look for the Mattel figures, you could just go grab hands off, say like Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, someone like that would easily work if you just wanted to have that regular sort of look. But his gear is mainly blue, green, and white. I believe this was a Seattle Seahawks attire, although I don't really follow football. I do like the blue and white a lot. I'm just not a big fan of the color of green, but it's absolutely accurate to what he was wearing, so that is great. Moving on down, he does have on some short blue knee pads, so you won't have to switch out for those awful long black ones. And then moving down, you can see the green, blue, and white on the kick pads in this wonderful design. I haven't really seen any major paint flaws with mine yet. He does have the black soles on the shoes as well, and overall it's just a pretty great looking figure. But yeah, once again, I'm still really not sure about the head scan. Let me know what you guys think. Articulation is something that I've never really gotten into in my reviews before, but now that I'm bringing back my reviews, I'm going to start doing them. I know lots of other YouTubers do it with other types of figures. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do it particularly for Mattel WWE figures, but I figured why not give it a try. So the articulation on this figure is pretty basic for your Mattel Elites. We do get the full rotation on the head, It can look up that far and move down that far. Of course, the beard will inhibit the neck articulation just a little bit, but it's not too bad on this guy. We get the ab crunch that bends this forward and bends this back. We get the full waist rotation. His hands, of course, do move in and out and do a full rotate. You can easily pop them out. We do get single jointed elbows. If Mattel's going to add any articulation, I would love to see double jointed elbows. Of course, we get the full rotation at the bicep on the swivel. The shoulders are on the ball joint, so they move in and out and all that good stuff. We've got the leg joints here. His legs move out this far, and he can't really move them back too well, but he can go about there. Of course, it is a double jointed knee, which is really great. You get the ankle rotation as well, and a little bit of a pivot, so that's very nice. He twists at the top of his kick pads, but that is pretty well it. Just your typical Mattel articulation. Nothing is really inhibited, although the head doesn't really move a whole lot, but that pretty well is the articulation for this figure. Just for a couple of comparisons, there you can see the brand new Elite 68 Daniel Bryan right next to my only other Daniel Bryan in my collection, which was quite an old one, although I did head swap on a newer looking head scan. So as you can imagine, I'm very excited to have a new updated Daniel Bryan in my collection, although it's not too updated now that he's kind of turned heel and done his whole vegan gimmick. And then on your right, you can see the Miz, who he did take on at that year's SummerSlam when he wore this Seahawks attire. So that is pretty well going to do it for my review on this brand new Elite 68 / SummerSlam Elite Series Daniel Bryan action figure. I really do love this. It's definitely one of his best, and the more I've had it out of the packaging, the more this head scan is starting to grow on me. Personally, I think it does look quite a bit better than this head scan here. A real problem before with the Daniel Bryan figures is that they'd mold the head in the color of the beard and then paint the face over top of it, and to me it doesn't seem like they did it on this figure, which matches a lot better. His eyes look just so good in my opinion. The beard was throwing me off a little bit. Maybe it's just the weird shape of it, but honestly, I think it's starting to grow on me. So overall, I'm going to give this figure a solid 9 out of 10. I think it's pretty well perfect. It's not really a figure of the year contender for me at this point. Maybe once I pose it around a little bit, it will be. But yeah, I really do love this Daniel Bryan action figure. I certainly recommend it. If you're a fan of Daniel Bryan, or if you need an updated one, or if you just really do like this figure, let me know down in the comments below your thoughts on it. Let me know what you think of this brand new format for my reviews. Which figure do you want to see me review next from Elite Series 68? I will have reviews on the way for Brie Bella, Braun Strowman, Undertaker, Roman Reigns, and King Mabel, as well as the 4 from the Elite Top Talents Wave 2019. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit a like. Thank you very much if you made it this far in the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are brand new, and I'll see you guys in the next one right after a few post pictures.